it 2-2 because we were leading at a point. Yeah.
So, if you look at his works, they've just been evident that yes, it got to a point where our Black Stars was winning. He brought, different kinds of players. Before the 2010 World Cup, when we were playing the qualifiers, you remember, he was thumping Egypt. He was beating teams left, right, center. When it came to qualifiers, because he never had issues, he would bring in new players to give you options. But he still had a very good team that runs smoothly. And this is what he's doing with, the Sudanese team. Even at club level, when he went and he was coaching, was it Al Hilal? He had a very good team.
Yeah.
And then now he's pushed to the main Sudan national team, and look at what he's achieving. It clearly tells you he's evolved over the years. How many coaches would pick up this job? It was a daunting task.
It was.
He can't even stay in the country to work. He has to work elsewhere. He stays outside the country. They bring the players to him. Players who at times do not even enjoy football for years. They were not interested in playing for the national team. It had to take him a whole lot to convince the players. And he picked up Ignatius Assefosu. Out of nowhere, he called him, gentleman, I realize you're a good, tactical brain, technical brain. Come and help me with my analysis. He picked up Fatal Dauda. Fatal started the project with them until Fatal was invited or called by Ghana to come and work with the Black Stars, and Fatal decided to leave. As soon as he left, he picked another Ghanaian, Eric Amponsa. Eric went there. And if you look at their goalkeepers, this one keeping at the Chad is different from the goalkeeper who was here in Ghana against us when they settled for that draw and then beat us 2-0 away. Kwesi has built a very good team. How they play, their resilience. Unfortunately for them, I think that in the final minutes of games, they let go their lead. The first game, it was the same thing. And then in the quarterfinals, it was the same thing. They nearly let Algeria come into the game.
Yeah.
But they play beautiful. Their transitions. You can clearly see this is a Kwesi Appiah team. Because they take their time, their build-up, their walk into spaces, the expansive play. You remember when Thomas Ejapon and the likes? You remember when Kwesi brought Achu? May he so rest in peace.
Yeah.
He would just expand the game. And then you find yourself wanting, because he has other central attacking players who will do the damage if you open up.
That's true.
If you close it to the expansive players who do their job.
Because he gave the likes of Jordan,
opportunities,
yeah.
It's the reason why the last time when we saw videos of, he still talks to, he's someone some players look up to him because he's a father figure for them. There are times he comes and he gets disappointed that the advice he gives to some players, they don't even listen to it because he thinks that, yes, these are things that will help you grow your career. Some friends will say, if Kwesi Appiah has been able to keep Ignatius Assefosu and is working with Ignatius for this long, it should tell you the kind of person he is. Because Ignatius is wild. But now look at his temper down the technical level. He won't fight you. He doesn't care what happens.
Yeah, it's true. Kwesi Appiah has rubbed off him very positively, yes.
When that coach now, our son became our assistant, Joseph Lohman, the one we sacked him, he can't even read games, that coach, and came to fight when Sudan were frustrating Ghana. He just kept his cool. He looked at him. When he came to the press conference, he just massaged the issues. A typical Ignatius would have exploded. But now he's been molded into. So, I just hope that the country will just see, for all those who continuously say things about him, he knows what he does. He knows what he's doing. And he's achieving. He's our biggest star at the moment. And let's not forget, he's going to play at the AFCON.
Yes, at our expense.
Yes, he's going to play at the Arab Cup. So in the next couple of months, brace yourselves up. Those who don't like Kwesi Appiah. Yes, those who didn't like him, those who don't like him, brace yourself up for some wonderful achievement. Even with this, whether he wins or he doesn't win,
done
a fantastic job from him. I don't know how many coaches will survive. We are in this country with all the sanity. We fail to qualify, put together a good team for the AFCON. Look at these players.
Yeah. playing through war and conflict.
Exactly.
Their own country's league has been moved to Mauritania.
Because they can't play in their
Sudan.
own country.
But yet
They've managed to
qualify for an AFCON. They are in a chance semi-final.
They will play the Arab Cup. They will play the qualifiers, and I know that they are going to win that qualifier and move on into the main Arab Cup that will be played mid-December. And to the end of December, and they will play the AFCON.
And when you look at where they are in their own World Cup qualifiers,
they are top.
It's not a bad position.
Senegal, they are top ahead of Senegal in that group. That should tell you the kind of coach Sudan have now. Kwesi and his technical team, you know, kudos to you, and then we wish them well today. You know, you see, it training three crank and don't just have bunting so for any day. MF Ankudi. Yes, it three any three and can. And don't just have bunting so for MF Ankudi. And I do feel it. If Kwesi wins, it's, you know, the attachment. I'm sure when you were reading that on the cuff, it's Ghana.
Of course.
You see Ghana throughout.
Of course.
And I just hope that after this, going forward, we would learn to appreciate and value top-level coaching. You may not like him, but there should be a way. There should be a way to honor him, and I just hope that Kwesi Appiah wins this. He's done wonderful work.
This is where I jump in, and this is where I disagree.
Okay,
look, how do you disagree?
Look, Nathan, James Kwesi Appiah, as head coach of the senior national team, the Black Stars, had these opportunities.
Okay,
he had his time with the Black Stars, and what he did is what we saw. Okay, so nobody should come and tell me because Kwesi Appiah sent Sudan somewhere. Suddenly, Kwesi Appiah is now the reference point when it comes to coaching.
But did you listen? Did you listen? But did you listen? Did you listen to me?
The thinking of Kwesi Appiah is too much.
It's not too much. It's not too much. It's not too much. We brought a coach. No, we brought a coach. No. Wait. What is too much? We brought a coach in a country where there is no war, there is freedom. All the players are available. We failed to qualify for the AFCON.
Wait.
Even that one is being praised.
Let me ask you this. You see?
Praises are being sung for him.
The model that Kwesi Appiah is running in Sudan.
What?
Which national team in the world would that model work?
As in what?
That should tell you if it's working for Kwesi Appiah. In these bizarre circumstances, it should tell you that he deserves an applause. Nobody is rubbing him in the faces of anyone. We are only applauding his work. So you tell me you not applaud Kwesi Appiah for what he's achieved in Sudan?
Look, which players didn't Kwesi Appiah have in this town? For his national team.
Which players didn't Otado have for his team? Which players didn't CK have? Which players didn't Below have for his team?
And tell us
they were all failures.
Nathan, and tell us that he was waiting for his opponent to get tired, so he introduced his best players.
But it doesn't happen.
No, wait, Nathan, wait.
It doesn't happen.
Nathan, wait. Which players didn't he have in it?
It doesn't happen. Maybe his communication or his statement wasn't ideal.
What he did,
his words, his choice of words in trying to explain what he wanted to do.
Kwesi Appiah had the best crop of Black Stars players. What did he achieve with that team?
Which one?
From 2013 to the World Cup, he had the best crop of Black Stars players. Michael Essien, Sule Muntari,
Essien in 2013 was your best.
I'm saying that.
Muntari in 2013. What is Raymond saying? Which crop?
Kwesi Appiah.
When he went to the World Cup.
Which crop?
And USA beat us.
Yes.
Who are his players? He had the best crop of Black Stars players.
Mentioned.
He could not achieve with the team.
No, wait. Okay. Who introduced those players?
Then he took us to the
when he was bringing those players, what didn't we say?
Nathan.
When he brought Thomas Ejapon, people were questioning who is Thomas Ejapon. When he brought Achu, what didn't people say?
You see, Nathan,
when Kwesi was bringing those players, what didn't you say?
Nathan.
Now you are telling me Michael Essien, Sule Muntari in 2013 were Ghana's best products at that time. Come on, Nathan.
He was given the
Raymond.
best opportunity after Plavi was sacked. That was when he took over.
Yes, that is true.
He had the best crop of Black Stars players between that time till he left.
He took them to an AFCON semi-final in 2013.
Yes. Wasn't it a good achievement?
AFCON, no, Grant took us 2015. So that World Cup qualified.
He left after the World Cup,
and then
he qualified us for the World Cup.
2014.
Went to play in the World Cup.
We went to play in the World
It
Cup.
was a disaster.
Got to AFCON.
We got eliminated.
We were
from the
sacked.
group.
In that group, if you're eliminated from that group, that group. Do you know? No, Raymond. Go back to that group.
Okay.
Go back to that group.
So what is the point?
Go back to that group. A prime Germany,
Nathan.
a prime Portugal.
Nathan, the point is this.
And you're telling me that was failure.
Nathan, the point is this. Now, you go to the tournament to beat what is in front of you.
So what is? I want to understand.
Nathan, the point is simple. Kwesi Appiah had this chance with the Black Stars.
And he performed.
He had his opportunities.
He performed.
He did not discharge his responsibilities and his roles the way Ghanaians expected him to deliver. For that
are you
matter,
sure?
Kwesi Appiah was sacked.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Kwesi Appiah was sacked after his last tournament in Egypt, right?
2019. When we brought him back.
When we brought him back, that tournament was woeful again. Under Kwesi
2019.
Appiah.
Why you people impose players on him?
Nathan, again.
Why you people impose
not-
players and
Nathan,
captains on
was it
him?
not Kwesi Appiah who on his own decided to change his captain
And what did you do after that?
in the twilight of the tournament?
We
Was
all
it not the same coach?
We all know the happening from that tournament when the team was divided into two. All because we allowed the captain that he did not want to send to return to the team. All because you say Penyakas and you should listen.
Nathan, now listen to me. I'm saying that.
As Sudan, he has his liberty to pick and choose. If this one is captain, nobody is not captain.
Nathan, at Sudan, no team in Sudan today can play any team in Ghana and beat them. Okay?
That's a lie.
From your Al Hilal
That's a
and
lie.
Al Madrid.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Do you want us to check the CAF rankings?
Oh, Nathan.
Do you want us to check the CAF club rankings?
I'm saying that.
Hold on. Are you saying that? Are you saying that if you take Hearts of Oak,
and I pick Gold Stars,
Kotoko,
and I pick Mediama,
Gold Stars, and Medium,
no Sudanese team playing in the Mauritanian League can beat them.
none.
Today. None.
Okay.
Which teams are you talking about?
We are not. Wait.
No, Nathan, wait.
The only
Nathan,
thing
wait.
I can say is that
I
don't think that
Kwesi
making
Appiah has not suddenly become the best coach in the world because he has taken Sudan to Chan quarterfinals or Chan semifinals.
Nobody is even saying that.
I'm saying
nobody is even saying that. Nobody. Where did you hear that
Nathan,
from?
if you like.
Where did you hear that from?
Nathan, if you like. Let's open the phone lines and tell our callers that they want a return of Kwesi Appiah. All of them will say no because we've seen him coach this team before. Okay. Let's thinking of a Kwesi Appiah. That day Kwesi Appiah.
Is he not doing well? No, is he not doing well?
Nathan, let me ask you. He's doing well in a peculiar situation. Now, let me tell
Didn't he qualify for AFCON ahead of Ghana?
Nathan, watch something. He's playing with a country that has issues and has had the opportunity to have that country's league being played in another country. He has the opportunity to pick players from America, Al Hilal, predominantly.
Yes.
Camp them for as long as he wants. Get them anytime he wants. Pick them anytime he wants for camping. Okay? Which national team coach in this world has that luxury?
Okay.
Didi Dramani was given Black Stars. Did they achieve? Anna Walker was given
that luxury. Which national team coach in this world has that luxury?
So are you saying that?
So if you get a chance to keep your boys for as long as you want,
nobody has told you to.
On the Africa continent, you can weave your way through. But if you qualify for the world stage, that is where your quality will be exposed.
No problem.
And I'm saying that. He's dealing with a situation where it doesn't require too much.
Okay.
What is the world stage you are talking about?
Which Sudanese player plays in any of the top flight leagues in Europe?
They don't need to play in the top leagues to achieve.
That is their standard, and that is where they will remain.
And that is the standard they beat Ghana with. That is the standard they beat Ghana with.
But these same players, we took them on in two AFCON qualifiers.
We couldn't beat them.
We couldn't get change out of them.
Nathan, did we not know the situation around the Black Stars?
Wow, see. Okay, now you are bringing situation.
Did we not know?
You are bringing situation. Kwesi Appiah has a more dire situation, but he's managed to qualify his team.
What is the dire situation?
Ray, so if that is the case,
Nathan, what is the dire situation?
He cannot even stay in the country to even work.
Because of war. You have the privilege of having your teams play in the Mauritanian League.
Ray, but do you know that
you again have the privilege of camping your players as and when you want?
Ray, but the point is that the Sudanese team don't have a luxury all other teams have. They don't even have the opportunity to play in their own country.
But Nathan, you are playing outside.
They don't. Country. I'm coming. Even their national team doesn't have the luxury of playing in their own home country.
They play in even better, much better facilities than theirs.
So now it's
Even
an
much
advantage.
better.
And who is
And I'm
paying?
saying that
And who is paying for
the
those
Sudanese
facilities?
government? The Sudanese government is pumping oil money into the Sudanese.
Why
national
Ghana? You
just
don't
to
have
make sure-
Ghana. You don't have oil.
No, Nathan. Just to make
No,
sure.
Ghana. You don't have oil.
Nathan, just to make sure the team does well. And Kwesi Appiah has the luxury of inviting players as and when he wants. Which national team player has that luxury? Which national team coach has that luxury?
Ray, I'm trying to understand.
What are you
so
saying?
are you saying that?
So if he's been able
Kwesi
to build a
Appiah's
team with
situation-
chemistry, he has a situation that no national team coach in the world would have.
Nathan. What he has a situation that no national team. What Raymond is saying.
What are you saying?
Raymond is saying.
What are you saying?
Do you know this?
Well, haven't you seen
Oh,
Kwesi Appiah
wait.
before? Haven't you seen Kwesi Appiah this
Do you
time?
know when? Do you know when Kwesi Appiah
What are you
left?
telling me?
Do you know when Kwesi Appiah left the country with his assistants?
What are you telling me?
Do you know when Kwesi Appiah left the country with his assistants for the CHAN?
When
3 days before the tournament.
Nathan.
3 days before.
Kwesi
Yes.
Appiah can sleep, wake up, and call his starting 11. But he knows that.
Why is it that your Black Stars coach Otuado cannot sleep and wake up and call
cannot
his
sleep and wake up because a certain party may be
He's
injured.
not a
certain
good coach.
Kudus
He's
may
not a
be
good
injured.
coach. He's not better than Kwesi
A
Appiah.
certain Jordan may be
He's not
injured.
better than Kwesi Appiah.
Ray, when we
If that is what you, that is the comparison you want to put up.
Ray, I kind of you see. I understand what you are trying to say, but
Well,
you see,
haven't you seen Kwesi Appiah in this country?
Ray, relax. Ray, relax. Ray,
At least he won the Africa Games.
what I
Which
will
other
say-
coach
Nathan,
aside
open the phone line
until
for the people.
Desmond?
We'll open the phone
Until
line.
Desmond.
We'll open the
phone
Wait.
line. We'll open the
Until
phone line.
Desmond. Until Desmond at the Africa Games
Why would you
2020.
Kwesi Appiah?
Until Desmond at the Africa Games
are you telling
2023. Which other coach had won anything
We don't know
for the
Kwesi
team?
Appiah. We don't
At
know
under
Kwesi Appiah.
23 or senior national
Nathan,
team
We
level?
don't know Kwesi Appiah.
okay, Ray,
Why
but
somebody sounding as if Kwesi Appiah suddenly has become Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho?
He is good. He is a good coach. He's a better coach than what you have.
Nathan.
okay, Ray, let
We
me
have
ask you a
seen him
question.
coach the Black Stars before.
And wasn't he good?
That was
Wasn't he good?
coming. That was
When he was beating Egypt left, right, center for you
Did he
people.
beat Egypt?
Yes.
He beat Egypt.
but
Have you
Ray,
forgotten?
Was he not the
Hey,
coach who
Nathan,
handled
I'm saying
the
that.
game?
Did Kwesi Appiah beat Egypt?
No. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten?
Hold on.
No, wait, Nathan, wait.
Yes.
I'm asking a question.
Yes, he beat Egypt.
Kwesi Appiah
He
beat
beat
Ray,
Egypt.
hold on. Ray,
Tell me which coach
Ray,
handled that match?
Kwesi Appiah beat Egypt.
Where is he? Why is Kwesi Nyantechi
why
the coach?
Kwesi did he coach this?
Is he the coach? Is he the coach? You see,
But Ray, I think the long and short of what Kelvin said was that we have a Ghanaian who's doing well with Sudan. Let's just give him his flowers.
What flowers?
That's the summary
What
of
flowers?
everything
What,
Kelvin
you see,
said.
this praise singing of Kwesi Appiah now trying to make Kwesi Appiah
Okay.
the model coach
Ray, let me
that
ask you a
everybody
question.
must
Ray,
now begin to talk about.
Let me bring it down.
What Kwesi Appiah?
Assuming
We
Ray,
don't know
I'm
Kwesi
coming.
Appiah.
Ray, assuming you live here.
even Amorim cry, you praise him.
Ray,
What was
I'm
Appiah?
coming. Ray, so
Your
assuming
coach
let me ask you a question.
Amorim don't even say 2 consecutive matches.
Let me ask you a question.
You praise him.
Ray, let me ask you a question.
Ah?
Assuming let's say in a few months from now, or a year or 2 years from now,
Yes.
the Sky Sports come calling, right?
Yes.
And you are the hottest sports presenter in the whole of Europe. I'm just asking you a question.
This one.
And then we all say, oh,
You want to delve into realms of conjecture?
no. I'm just saying something that then we all say, let's give Ray his flowers. He's done really well for himself. And he's a Ghanaian just like us. And then somebody says that, why should we praise Ray? He worked at Sporty. Of course he was going to learn something and go and do well.
Later. You see, this comparison or this.
No, I'm just saying.
Would not sit in my calculations or my analysis.
Okay,
of the matter.
but Ray,
Nathan, I'm saying
what
look,
Kelvin said.
Nathan, look. You see, we have seen coaches in this world leave their country of origin,
You finish. So I open
travel
the phone. So you
elsewhere
have to talk to
and
me.
perform.
Yes.
No problem. Okay. We have seen those managers who maybe were never given the chance. Most of them were never given the chance to coach their own national teams. Most of those managers. But in a situation where we, as Ghanaians, have seen James Kwesi Appiah at AFCONs, at World Cups, nobody today can tell me that suddenly, because he's gotten Sudan to CHAN semi-finals, we have to carry him on our head and say, oh, he's our best coaching export or he's the best coach. He's a Ghanaian and so we should
nobody
sing his
has
praises.
said
No
that.
way.
But nobody has
Because
said that.
and then
all we are
and then
saying,
who is the best
we are
Ghanaian coach
drawing
currently?
comparisons
Who
about
is the best Ghanaian coach currently?
the best Ghanaian coach
Yes.
currently.
Yeah.
but the best Ghanaian coach in terms of what?
No, give me.
No, in terms of what?
In terms of achievement, tell me.
Like,
No, what
like a
achievement?
Ghanaian coach who's
performing?
doing
No,
well.
Put all the Ghanaian coaches there.
Performing in what sense?
What do you mean by performing? In
No,
what
I want
sense?
to understand the performance.
What performance
Performing
are
at
you
the
talking
local
about?
scene or performing at national teams?
Everywhere. everywhere.
Nathan, how does this?
But we are what coach of the year.
Yeah, we do.
FIFA give us the best coach, right?
Yes.
And CAF too.
Yes. The best coach. It doesn't matter whether it's club or national team level.
The CAF coach of the year is Kwesi Appiah.
The current coach of the year.
Coach of the year is Kwesi Appiah.
No, I don't.
It's not Kwesi Appiah. But if you are talking about,
Kwesi Appiah deserves some commendation. He deserves commendation.
You see, we can say yes, he has done well, but let's not.
But you know, Kwesi Appiah will be on the list.
You see,
of course, he will.
Kwesi Appiah will be on the list.
Depending on
let's not make it seem.
Let's not make it seem what?
And we let him go, and then Sudan got him, and he's taking Sudan.
Nobody is saying that. Nobody is saying that.
That is where the conversation wants to go.
Right? No, that is not why are you presuming for us? Why are you presuming for us? Why are you presuming for us?
Look,
but even if it's going to go that, even if it's going to go there,
hold the level is Sudan. Kwesi Appiah.
And he's beating you.
Okay, Ray.
And he's getting 4 points from you in 2 games. And he's getting 4 points from you in 2 games. And he's getting 4 points from you in 2 games.
Today, any country, Nigeria, South Africa, Morocco, Egypt, Ghana, any country.
Who wants a coach?
No problem. First of all, we know look at Kwesi Appiah.
No, that's fine.
Wait. Even Eric Shell.
He can get the Sudans.
Even Eric Shell was given Nigeria job. What are you talking about? The kind of disrespect to Kwesi Appiah is immense. It's bad. It's terrible.
Eric Shell.
What has he achieved better than Kwesi Appiah in his career? Tell me.
You see, Eric Shell.
No, tell me what Eric Shell. Can he even qualify Mali for the World Cup? How many times has he handled this Mali team? Was he able to qualify for the World Cup?
It is his CV.
What CV? What has he achieved?
That has given him that Nigerian job.
Put the CV down.
And his
UEFA
Pro license.
Eric Shell cannot even coach the Black Star. He cannot even coach the Black Galaxies.
It is his CV and his UEFA Pro license that got him that.
Eric Shell cannot coach the Black Galaxies. He was
that today.
Haven't we seen Eric Shell?
And they work with Kwesi Appiah.
Okay, no problem. Let's open the phone.
Didn't you see Eric Shell in Nigeria?
Let's open
the team that was built by the one who qualified them.
Nigeria.
He's disintegrated the team at this tournament.
Show me.
And you want to disrespect Kwesi Appiah at this level.
Let's open the phone lines. 054.
Apart from Sudan.
Ray, I'm turning off.
Which national team?
I'm turning off.
We'll give the job to Kwesi Appiah.
Black Stars. We'll give it to him again.
054 257 1061. 054 257 1. Okay, you know, hey, these guys. Hello. Oh, I don't know what. Hello, 054 257 1061. 054 257 1061. 054 257 1061. Let me take this call. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes,
good morning. My name is Josh. I'm calling from Ridge.
Okay, all right. Please go ahead.
Please, Raymond, is it trying to sound controversial? Is there an arrangement as sport to make someone sound controversial, or is trying to bring the facts out?
Why do you ask?
Let's be frank with ourselves. The other colleague, your other panelist,
Kelvin,
he's speaking facts, right? Let's put the facts on the table and then talk about it, but let's not put some emotions and sentiments to the issue.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So
is doing so well,
relax. Point number one. Okay, no problem. Point number one. Hold on. I'll let you. I'm only saying that. I just want to put this out there. Nobody is being emotional here. Raymond is only stating a contrary opinion. No problem. So the question of the morning, and it was Ray who asked that question, that assuming the Black Stars job were vacant, he's saying that he doesn't think a lot of Ghanaians would angle for a return of Kwesi Appiah. So that's the question for the morning. So do you agree or not?
Okay, so that my simple answer will be yes, and a lot of Ghanaians will accept him back because of what we have seen in the past 4 or 5 years. That is the simple fact. The 4 or 5 years we've seen, and what Kwesi Appiah has achieved with this team, and we feel that. I mean, I've spoken to a lot of friends about it. And mind you, if we have to list the best CAF coaches for the year, for the last year, the end of the year, I'm sure Kwesi Appiah will top. Looking at African coaches, Kwesi Appiah is going to top.
Yeah.
You can mention any other coach, local coach on the team. Kwesi Appiah is going to top with what he has done in the World Cup qualifiers too. Oh, Ray, come on.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Thank you. Let's take a few more calls and then we can talk some local football. Mo Shaban is in the building. 054 257 1061. 054 257 1061. Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Please, my name is Mo Shaban, and I'm speaking from Kufodia.
All right, please go ahead.
All right. Others may be saying Ray is sounding controversial, but the fact is, when Kwesi Appiah was in Ghana and he was underperforming, Kevin himself said he was Ufuno. So, but today,
hold on, relax.
Hello. Wait, me. Say Kwesi Appiah was Ufuno. Me.
When did he say that?
Where? And when?
We are all in this country.
No, where? No. I won't let you come and lie here and go.
Chairman, take it easy. You've made a very categorical claim. So now I want you to tell the whole of Ghana when Kelvin said it and where he said it. So you see this thing. Relax. Hold on. I'll let you make your point. I just want to say something. You see this thing that you people do every day when I say it. People fight me. My producers, don't fight listeners. But I say that we have to, because you say this, somebody will hear it. Somebody doesn't know. And then Kelvin gets attacked somewhere. That Kelvin said Kwesi Appiah is a fool. I beg you.
Apologies, I get it.
Make your point and let's go.
I get that. All right. So what I'm trying to say is that when he was underperforming in Ghana, everyone criticized him for not performing.
That is true.
You get
People
me?
criticized him.
Everyone. You yourself, you in a way you might have.
I did. I was unhappy with some of the things he did, so I openly stated my point.
That was what I wanted to say, but then,
you see, when you
for lack of better words,
no problem. So we all did. So what are you saying, that we shouldn't bring? Should we bring? So assuming you make your point, I'm listening.
So currently, the fact that he is performing as Sudan doesn't mean that when he comes to Ghana, even Ghanaians will not agree. So let's not be drumming this in there that it's automatic that when he comes to Ghana he will perform. No, the situations at hand are different. So please.
So at least we have one for Kwesi Appiah, one against Kwesi Appiah, 1-1. Thank you so much. Let me take another caller. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Let me take this one. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Nathan.
Yes.
Yes, I want to make this quick argument.
What's your name and where are you calling from? We don't know your name. We don't know where you are calling from.
My name is Eric. I'm calling from Adenta.
All right. Now, please go ahead.
Jose Mourinho was once sacked from Chelsea. He wasn't good. He was brought back someday. People learn every day. People change every day. So if Kwesi Appiah is excelling today, at least let's compare statistics from our current coach, Otuado, and Kwesi Appiah, and see if the statistics beat Kwesi Appiah, then we'll say Kwesi Appiah is not good. But from what we are all seeing, please, let's be fair to the man. He needs the flowers.
Okay.
He warrants the flowers. He's done so good.
Okay.
But at least with a war-torn country, come on, please. Thank you very much.
All right, so 2 votes for Kwesi Appiah, 1 against Kwesi Appiah, 2-1. Ray, are you counting? I hope you are counting. Let's take a few more. So we get an odd number. Then we can do a proper vote. 8-12. Let's take more calls. Hello, Ray. Hey, you've spoken. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Charles. I'm calling from Ashaman.
All right, please go ahead.
Yes. So, I've enjoyed the argument this morning, but let's face it, right? Indeed, once upon a time, we all criticized Kwesi Appiah. I personally, I didn't like him. Let me be honest. Not like I didn't like him as a person. I didn't like his style of, But today, if you ask me today whether we need to bring him back, looking at what Otuwari is doing, come on, let's bring Kwesi Appiah back.
Okay, so assuming that there was a vacant, assuming the Black Stars job were vacant, you would have a preference for Kwesi Appiah, right?
Yes, over Otuwadu.
Over
Otuwadu.
No, over Otto. Okay, so if the job were vacant and the two were competing, you'd have a preference for Kwesi Appiah over Otto.
Quickly, without delay.
Okay.
Quickly, in Lewis words, quickly, without delay.
Okay.
I'm giving it to Kwesi Appiah because I mean, we are seeing it. We are like Kelvin said. He's just saying we should give him his flower. He's not saying he's the best coach in the world.
Yeah.
He's just saying we should give him his flower. He's doing well. Looking at the circumstances available, he's doing well. So let's give him his flowers.
Yes.
So I'm just comparing him to Otuado, for instance, what we are seeing today with the Black Stars. Otuado couldn't qualify us for AFCON. Like, anytime I think about it, I feel some way. I don't know. I guess, like, I feel some way. It's shocking.
Yeah.
We couldn't qualify for AFCON.
Do you know when?
We have.
Do you know when the pain will finally hit you?
In December.
In December, when the tournament is about to be played, that is when the pain will hit you one last time.
Exactly. It's crazy. Sometimes I'm just, it pop up in my head. I'm like, hey, so we didn't qualify for AFCON. So I'll take Kwesi Appiah back. Come on, because look, if Kwesi Appiah was our coach, we will qualify for AFCON.
Okay.
We will qualify for AFCON.
Okay, thank you so much for your call.
Thank you very much.
All right, so it's 3-1 now. 3 in Kwesi Appiah's camp, 1 in Raymond's camp. Okay, should we take one last call to make it 5? Sporty. We have to take. Oh, Ray, but we can't take. How can no? Which debate has ever been settled with an even number? Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
It's Pichichi, inside Castle.
Okay, please go ahead.
Charlie, since we were born to this day, we've been qualified for the AFCON, true and true. But going to December, we will not be able to, witness that feeling, that, continent's pride of Ghana being at the AFCON. And it's a very, very shameful. So you don't sit there and you compare, what's the name? Otuado to Kwesi Appiah. Kwesi Appiah on any given day, I will vote for Kwesi Appiah.
Okay, we haven't mentioned. We haven't mentioned Otto's name. The question we asked that hypothetically, assuming the Black Stars job were vacant, would you if you had to make your preference public, would you choose Kwesi Appiah or not?
I would choose Kwesi Appiah.
So you choose Kwesi Appiah. Okay, so
I'll choose Kwesi Appiah.
4 votes
for
Kwesi Appiah.
We give time to our local coaches, maybe like 10 years developmental, plan to plan the national team well. Kwesi Appiah going to what's the name? Sudan. They don't even play in their home origin. They play outside using local, players. So why not? The man is very good. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. 8:16. We have to talk about. We have main topics to do. This one was an aside.
Does Raymond still want the C scores?
I want the listeners to understand.
Do you still want the C scores?
Nathan, I want them to understand.
Do you still want the C scores?
Nathan, I want our listeners to understand.
Do and let's wrap up. We have things to do.
1 minute. I want our listeners to understand something. When it comes to national team football, for teams that rely heavily on players playing abroad, it's always difficult to put together a team 3-4 days to a tournament or a match and expect that team to have all the team chemistry. And that's why a lot of those teams rely on the individual brilliance of players to get them through. That has been the story of Ghana since.
That's a lie.
But
no coach. That's a lie.
No, Nathan, wait.
Okay. That is a lie. That is a lie.
You let him
has had the privilege of having his team camp for days, weeks before playing qualifiers and all.
But that has been the Sudanese team. Did they come for weeks?
The Sudanese team.
I just told you how they got to the AFCON. They got to the CHAN. I just told you. They traveled 3 days to the start of the tournament.
Is it the players who traveled 3 days or the players?
But what would the players do without the coaches?
Okay, Kwesi Appiah has always had the luxury of getting his team, his players from America and Ahila to camp as and when he wants. He's had that luxury.
Okay.
And no national team coach has that.
Okay, but Ray,
that's why the Sudanese team have the chemistry they have.
Okay,
they've played together all these years.
It is true.
That's the difference.
But Ray, that's
what I'm saying. That Ray, give Kwesi Appiah the chance again to coach Black Stars. Pate come, Mutari come, Kudus come. Bring all of them one by one.
But it was the same thing. It was the same thing he achieved in qualifying us for the World Cup.
Give him 2 or 3 days.
It was the same thing. It was the same thing. He took us to the AFCON semi-final.
But Ray,
what are you saying?
Ray, the quote unquote.
You are as good as your last job. What did he do in Egypt?
What did he do as in what?
When he took
2019
to Egypt in 2019, what happened?
That wasn't his last job.
For the Black Stars.
You mean for the Black Stars?
But okay, at least he qualified.
Okay, Ray.
At least he qualified and made the tournament, didn't he?
It is true.
Thank you.
Going back to the very top. Going back
on evidence of that, with the current coaches that you've brought, he performed better than all of them at the AFCON, recent AFCON. After him, have we gone past the group stages? So what are you saying? He's better than all the coaches you have brought after him.
If it is Kwesi Appiah we are clamoring for, then today I will endorse Kurt for another 4 years because I know it won't happen.
No, nobody cares. nobody cares. Nathan, we don't mind who stays at the top there.
Okay,
when the right things are being done to give us the right results, nobody has a problem. Kwesi Appiah has done wonderfully well with the war-torn country. In that same vein, national teams who pick
do the players go and fight war and come back and play football?
Nathan, Roberto Martinez's Portugal.
Nathan.
Did they need 2 weeks to prepare for the Nations League?
Nathan.
No.
These players were playing the Champions League final.
Nathan.
Just then, Vitinha, João Pedro, Nuno Mendes, didn't they join the team?
Nathan.
They did.
How long did it take them? Did they take them weeks to put together that team?
Nathan.
Okay.
Let me ask
Look at the likes of Lithuania and the others who have
Sudan?
all the time in the world to camp and train. Are they able to beat the Spains, the Englands?
No, clearly not.
When you are good, you are good.
Nathan, what on Sudan? Do the players go and hold guns and fight war in the morning and go and train in the evening?
I don't think so.
But do they have the liberty to be comfortable in their,
They are
in their
comfortable.
nation,
They are comfortable
in
when they
living
are,
in the nation?
Nathan, they are comfortable living in Mauritania.
Okay.
These are players.
Kwesi Appiah is comfortable living in Saudi Arabia.
These are players who
Or Dubai.
are not.
Does he live in Saudi Arabia or Dubai?
I don't care wherever he lives. Otado has the liberty to live wherever he wants. Eric Schell has the liberty to live wherever he wants and work.
Yeah.
Likewise, Thomas Tuchel has all the luxury to live wherever he wants and works. Roberto Martinez has all the liberty. But at the end of the day, you must see your handiwork. How long did it take Kwesi Appiah to put together that wonderful team that qualified us for the World Cup? He gave us options every now and then. Can you tell me now, all the coaches who came from 2019 after Kwesi Appiah, which player they have given us that we can boldly say that this is a product that the coach has brought and then is a future for us?
Kwesi Appiah takes Sudan to the World Cup and let's start.
Kwesi Appiah gave us lots of players, lots of options.
Okay.
Now we are talking.
Let's put that to the
Kwesi
side.
Appiah,
Let's put that
with
to
this
the
current
side.
crop of players he had in Sudan,
Let's put
he's
that
able
to
to
the
qualify for the World Cup.
No problem.
He's top of the group. He beat you. He beat you to qualify for the AFCON.
Okay, guys, let's proceed.
What are you saying?
'21. All right, let's proceed. Let's talk some local football. Now the Galka Top 4 ended on Sunday, but we just want to use that to go as a window to go into what other teams are doing in terms of prepping for the new season. You can send in your comments 054-257-1061. Oh God, sometimes these conversations, something that was supposed to be an aside has led us down the rabbit hole. Ray, you are like you. Somebody says that. Do we have an arrangement so that you are always controversial? No, but you see, I always say that. See, in life, we all cannot see things the same way.
No.
So there are times when you need a contrary opinion. Most of the time, contrary opinions are not the most popular.
Yes.
And sometimes people don't like contrary opinions, but there are days when contrary opinions actually work, right? So yeah, reminds me of my very good friend Serge. Serge is my mate from undergrad. We took our first degree together when we were both training to be bilingual translators, and he was always on the other side of the argument. So one day I asked him that why. He said, "Listen, we all can't view things the same way. Somebody must look at things from the other angle to give us a fuller picture." So sometimes I understand that being I understand the need to be contrarian. Sometimes it's good.
Later, you know this thing I say always, that some coaches are small team coaches.
So what are you saying?
Oh, good.
No, but Ray, listen. I think listen, take it easy.
Later,
Ray,
let's go to science, sports medicine.
I'm just saying.
Later, let's go to
the long
sports medicine.
and short of it is
Let's
that.
go to sports
The long
medicine.
and short is that the man is doing well. We are just commending him on job well done.
Okay.
That's it.
No problem.
Let's proceed.
No problem.
Let's proceed.
Let's go to sports medicine.
Is that where we are going? We are going to sports medicine?
Yes.
Okay, you just give us a second. In a bit. There was an event concerning sports medicine. Sports medicine. You know, we talk a lot about the on-field things, players, coaches, psychologists, and we must build pitches and blah, 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 blah. But we cannot properly develop sports, right, when the scientific part or the sports medicine part is not up to scratch. Kelvin, you followed that event. What exactly was that event all about?
Well, I think it was a good event, and that is the annual conference of Sports Medicine Association of Ghana, and this is, you know, one of the very good things that I think is happening to her. It was, you know, steered by a CAF medical officer, Dr. Christian Abba, together with some others. So it happened at KNUST. You know, we are inviting lots of dignitaries. The sports director of KNUST, Kofi Adams, will give the keynote address. There was, you know, other members, Dr. Prince Pambo, as we know, in the Black Stars team, doctor.
Yes,
he also gave, you know, some lectures. There was Dr. Mrs. Felisteria, who is part of the KNUST Wellness Center, on the board of that. And then also the KNUST Sports Management Committee team. She was also there. So they have some messages also from, that is Dr. Sidiki Abubakar from CAF, who is also into that medicine. They went to Togo, and Pata Sedro also gave you know, his bet on that. They had some, you know, interaction presentations from on sports and exercise medicine. You know, from
exercise
medicine from a consultant, that is Dr. Rebecca Robinson, who is from the UK, and she spoke on exercising with chronic disease, the role of sports medics in improving the quality of life of the sick. So yes, they looked at that also. And Dr. Prince Pambo's you know, presentation was on anti-doping. And remember, a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about players and then they are eating, drinking, you know, and there are other sort of lifestyle that they engage in. And then Dr. Lavesen Pillay was also spoke on therapeutic use exemptions in sports medicine, and she is a commission chairperson for South Africa Institute of Drug-Free Sport. And the head coach of the Italian women under 23 national team, Dr. Francesca Conte, also gave, you know, a presentation on.
Is she related to Antonio?
Nobody knows. Sports medicine specialist, and she's also a doctor. So she spoke on advancing your trade as a sports medic on the international market, the do's and the don'ts. So as, and then Dr. That is also Benjamin Klassen from FIFA. Also spoke about surveillance as a foundation for optimizing player health in football. So that was a consultant from the FIFA also speaking about that. So lots of things happened in there, and we had, you know, lots of dignitaries, top dignitaries representing, including Kofi Adams, just like I said, and he had to go through KNUST to speak to the Vice Chancellor, look at the sporting, you know, edifices and facilities that they had in KNUST. And it was even told that, you know, many are the questions that are raised at events, especially sporting events or any other event. How responsive is emergency medicine, including the ambulance service? And KNUST, you know, had a very good representation there. We told you just there was, you know, a casualty, and quickly the ambulance just responded. So he was very much impressed, and Kofi Adams applauded that, and he hopes that going forward, all these things will be incorporated. But I'm sure Raymond has a lot more on that, especially from his keynote address and the 6 walls that he believes that should be actually facilitated going forward.
Okay, we'll be speaking to a medical practitioner in a bit, Professor Jonathan N.A. Kwesi. He's a lecturer at the Department of Physiotherapy, School of Biomedical and Allied Sciences, and College of Health Sciences.
Yeah, I'm sure in 2 minutes he'll
be joining us in a bit. Ray, you wanted to.
Yeah, so at that conference, the Honorable Sports Minister, Honorable Kofi Adams, was present, and he delivered a speech. He delivered a keynote address, and his keynote address touched on some 6 clear policy tasks that he was expecting the Sports Medicine Association to look at as they aim to transform the landscape for medical support in sport. Okay, now his 6 priority areas touched on event medical minimums. That is, when you go to events, there should be a policy where if there's no ambulance, then that event will not happen. That rule should be across all sanctioned competitions. That rule should be applied across all sanctioned competitions. That was one of his 6 priority areas. And then he also spoke about the universal pre-participation screening, where there's a requirement that there's health assessment for athletes. That should be mandatory as well. That could be done annually or biannually, all of that. And then he also touched on workforce development. That is where some 200 sports professionals will be trained within a year, just to make sure there's capacity building in that space as well. And then he also spoke about injury and illness surveillance, where he speaks about launching a national data system to inform prevention and treatment. So that database obviously has a catalog of all the injuries that may have been recorded in the course of the year, what kind of treatments have been applied, what kind of treatments worked, what was effective, what was not effective, how do we prevent some of these things from happening. So we are looking at an injury and illness surveillance database that should help the system, so that moving on, prevention will be key, treatment will be also top-notch based on experience. All of that he spoke about. And then he also spoke about clean sport, and clean sport clearly backing anti-doping education, testing and regulation. And we all know that very soon we'll be having a national doping policy. That bill will be laid before Parliament soon. And so the minister also spoke about clean sport, so where athletes should be educated on anti-doping, the consequences of doping, why you should not dope. All of those things were in there. And testing, Nathan, testing is part of sport. And for a lot of athletes...
You mean the mandatory test?
The mandatory test. All of those things are also part. And then he also spoke about governance and insurance. So strengthening federation medical regulations and requiring athletes medical insurance. Nathan, insurance has been neglected for a lot of athletes. Nathan, when you get injured sometimes...
Even people's personal insurance.
Absolutely. So all of that. And the minister also gave the firm assurance that government would be in full support of every initiative that is taken, and will be backed by regulations, just to make sure it's able to get a firm grounding in our sports ecosystem. So Minister also delivered a speech that really touched on the very important parts of what this Sports Medicine Association is coming up with.
I see. Let's get to the line now. I think we have been joined by Professor Kwesi, Professor Jonathan N.A. Kwesi. He's a lecturer at the Department of Physiotherapy, School of Biomedical and Allied Sciences, and College of Health Sciences. Professor Kwesi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty FM.
Okay, thank you very much for having me. Good morning to your listeners.
Great. Thank you once again for speaking with us. First of all, can you just outline the importance of sports medicine and why we should have a strong sports medicine pillar or policy or a framework, to in terms of that particular subject? Why is it important that we develop that aspect as we think about sports and all of these related matters in Ghana?
Well, thank you very much for that question. Every sports person or sports personality is like every other human being. And sports health is actually a specialized area because of the kind of injuries they are prone to, and because of the nature of the sport itself. And therefore, it has become an important aspect of medicine in general, and it's called sports medicine. So it actually takes care of every aspect of the athlete's health. I mean, from training to eating, resting, and then the sport itself, I mean, in particular, depending on what happens.
Sporty FM.
So as far as your question is concerned, I mean, having a policy for sports medicine is long overdue. And like we know in Ghana, some of these things, I mean, we take them for granted. And pardon me to say that, I mean, most sports and sports administrators have always put sports medicine in the background. It's only when major things happen, then they remember that, oh, there are health workers or health personnel who can deal with some of these things. Then somehow we come into the fore. But when you start anything sports, sports medicine must be included right from the beginning, because there's advice that we give before, during, and after, depending on what happens. Because even what they eat, how they rest, all come to play. It affects their performance. But, well, there's no policy like that. And I think that it's actually exciting to hear that the minister says this is something that would come to pass, because there are quite a number of trained sports personalities within this country who have practiced in sports for over 10 years. And let me say that we are very few, and we've not seen or heard anything like this before. So for those of us who are in the field, I think it would be a great dream come true if we have a policy like that can actually help our athletes. Let us not forget that the athletes are actually the principal actors when it comes to their sport, and therefore their health is paramount. And if we don't place premium on their health and we want them to perform or want them to excel, I mean, let me just say we should just forget about it, because it doesn't take us anywhere. But once you put health first, then we know that we are heading for the right direction as far as our sports personalities are concerned. I'm sorry for giving a very long answer.
I mean, that's fine.
I'm very passionate about. I, as an individual, aside others within the system, I've been in sports medicine since 2006.
Okay.
And let's say that sports medicine in Ghana at this moment can be described as poor. So if we claim we're a sporting nation, by now we should have put sports medicine at the forefront, I mean, of every sport that we participate in, so that every facet of the sports medicine comes to play to the benefit of the athletes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Prof, I just want to, understand something. As you were speaking, something struck me. Is it that because we have not paid so much attention to sports medicine, is it why, for example, we don't have a lot of practitioners? Or maybe the question should be, do we have a lot of people in the sports medicine space? You are one. I know Dr. Pambo is another. Do we have a lot of people in that space, people who have been trained to function and operate in the larger sports medicine space in Ghana?
Sporty FM, the voice of sports.
To be honest, I don't have all the data, but I mean, I've been in sports for quite a long time. So I know that there are some personalities who have actually trained in sports medicine in Ghana.
Okay.
But I can say, I mean, okay, let me dare say that we are very few. I know Dr. Pambo. I've worked with him. He has also worked with me. I know Dr. Chris Adumakun. He's also a sports physician.
Okay.
I'm told that there's another sports physician somewhere in the Ashanti region. I've not met him. I don't know him.
Okay.
But if it comes to physiotherapy, I mean, a trained sports physiotherapist, I mean, in the whole country, I'm the only person. So if you have 2 or 3 sports physicians and 1 sports physiotherapist, trained sports physiotherapist in the whole country, then you can see the direction in which the country is going as far as sports medicine is concerned.
Yeah.
It's like we don't place premium on it. That's why I say we don't place premium on it. There are quite a number of physiotherapists and physicians in the country who have interest in sports, and they actually participate in sports very well. But probably the funding or maybe the ability to pursue the specialty in the area has not come up. It's because we don't have it on the ground. Pambo trained outside, Adumaku trained outside, I also trained outside. So that is where we are all standing at the moment.
Okay.
So I dare say that we are few. If there are others, I probably do not know. So I need to be cautious in wanting to make such a submission. But for those I've worked with, I know them, and I know that we are very few in the system.
The sports minister last week or so was at an event at the KNUST. I don't know if you are aware of that event, and he did highlight some priority areas that he, and by extension the government, would want to look at going forward. Point 3 of the 6 priority areas: workforce development, and the broad plan is to certify at least 200 sports medicine professionals within the next year. What would be your reaction to this, and how can we ensure that we have more people participating in the sports medicine space so that our athletes are better off? Because you do say that there are just a handful of you around, and that clearly has an impact on athlete wellness and even how they recover from injuries and what we do to repair athletes when they get injured. So what's your reaction to this broad plan to certify at least 200 sports medical staff? Let me read it carefully. To certify at least 200 sports medicine professionals within the next year. At least that's stated by the minister from the event he went to.
Okay, well, let me start by saying that 200 is the figure that has been mentioned. I don't know the breakdown of this 200.
Okay, yeah.
But like I said, I mean, since 2006, I have been a sports physiotherapist in this country.
Okay.
I don't have another colleague who is a sports physiotherapist.
Okay.
Since 2006, I have known Dr. Adumakun as a sports physician. I think 2 or 3 years later, Dr. Pambo also completed and joined. I know him. So if we don't have the structures and the training facilities on the ground, and the minister says 200, and I don't know the breakdown, I also dare say that is very ambitious, because I don't know which facilities these people will be trained, because the 3 of us whose names I've mentioned all train outside. Are they getting sponsorship from Get Fund? I mean, to go and train and come back as quickly as possible? Or there's a fund somewhere, I mean, we don't know, that can make us achieve this target of 200 practitioners. So if 2006, as far as I'm concerned, that's when I finished my specialty. I don't remember when Adumaku finished his specialty. I mean, till now, we have 3 or 4 specialists in the area.
Okay.
If in 1 year we can do 200, I mean, I'm excited about it. But my question is, how and where?
I see. I mean, you timelines. I'm just curious. How long does it take for one to go from A to Z and specialize, really? Just take us through the journey. Where do you start from? Is it general practice and then you specialize? And how long does it take you to go on this journey from start to finish and become a sports medicine practitioner?
Mind you, sports medicine is actually very practical.
Okay.
It is not a theory based.
Yes.
So usually it will start from the general practitioner who has completed his first degree.
Okay.
And then goes on to specialize in the area.
Okay.
So it is either at the master level, or you can do it beyond the master and even do a PhD.
Okay.
So the master level, it is between 1.5 years and 2.
Okay.
For these professions that at least I know about, that is medicine and physiotherapy, because it's actually very practical based. So it gives you a very broad knowledge of what goes into an athlete's performance, the health, before, during, and after. So between 1.5 years and 2 for training people to become specialists in the area, and it's quite rigorous.
Okay, so
and you must have the first degree. You must have the first degree before you can do the graduate program.
Okay. Wow. Sounds. I mean, I get it fits into the broader academic journey, but as you say, it's a very practical area and it's quite thorough and intensive to specialize. Quite interesting. Prof, any final words as we wrap up the interview? You've highlighted the importance and what we must do. Anything you want to reiterate before we end the interview?
Well, for me, I can speak from my perspective, but probably going to the minds of maybe Dr. Pambo and Dr. Adumakun. I mean, I think all of us will be very excited to see the next generation of, sports medicine specialists who can help our athletes to become better. But from where we sit at this moment, I want to say that it probably looks a bit gloomy. So if the minister is happy to give us 200 in addition to those of us who are in existence, I think we'll be very, very happy. I mean, and we know that our athletes are actually in safe hands, because I can say for a fact that there are people who parade themselves as sports medicine practitioners, and they actually damage the future of our athletes. But there's no law, there's no, policy that guides some of these people who claim to be sports medicine specialists, and they work based on either what they have seen others do, or they think that, they work with athletes, so they are specialists. You ask them for their qualifications now, and you see that there's nothing. Some call themselves physicians, some call themselves physios. But when you see a physician, who is actually well-versed in this area, there are quite a number of young doctors who are doing sports, working in the sports area, and you see their enthusiasm, and you know that, yes, these are the kind of people you want to work with. You see some young physios who are actually doing very, very well in the sports arena.
Okay.
And go to some of the lower tier teams and some of the other sports, and you see people parading as some of these specialists as well. And they only damage the future of our young athletes. So for me, in closing, this policy is long overdue. If it comes into force, to actually streamline things properly, it might probably be a very good avenue to take out some of those who are not the real professionals and parade themselves as such.
Okay.
So hopefully that should be my closing remarks, unless you have any other question. And thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. I don't have any questions. It's been a very enjoyable, enlightening interview. Thank you so much, Professor Jonathan N.A. Kwesi. I'm sure we'll speak again soon, Prof.
Sure. Thank you so much.
All right. That was Professor Jonathan N.A. Kwesi, lecturer. He's a lecturer at the Department of Physiotherapy, School of Biomedical and Allied Sciences, and College of Health Sciences. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. I have another medical practitioner on the line. Let me get to her. I hope she's still on. Dr. Christiana Appiah. She is a physiotherapist with Hazakis Ladies and a member of the Sports Medicine Association of Ghana. Dr. Appiah, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty FM.
Good morning to you, and good morning to all your listeners as well. Sorry, point of correction, I'm not a doctor, I'm a physiotherapist.
Oh, apologies. That was what I was told, but thank you for the correction. At least we learn. I'm curious, can you just tell me a bit about the Sports Medicine Association of Ghana? You are a member. How long has this entity been in existence, and what's your scope of work? What do you do? Who are your members?
Okay, so the Sports Medicine Association of Ghana was set up not so long ago. Some few months ago, we registered the name of the association, and we had our first conference last week, Friday, which was on the 21st or 22nd of August. So it's a baby association. And we have sports physicians, we have sports physiotherapists, we have dietitians, we have sports psychologists. So we have quite a number of professionals that constitute the Sports Medicine Association of Ghana.
Okay. I was speaking with Professor Jonathan Kwesi, and he was talking about the fact that there aren't a lot of practitioners in the larger sports science or sports medicine space. Do you agree with him? Yes. I mean, you may have a number, but when you look at that number, is it enough to take care of our sporting needs, or we need to have a lot more of these people in the space?
Right. So I agree perfectly with Professor Kwesi.
Mm-hmm.
We do not have enough sports professionals on the sports front. Most clubs, go on to have their trainings or their competitions without medical leads.
Okay.
Most of them have people most of them may have masseurs or, somebody doing a first aid, but they may not have the required professionals to take care of their athletes when they get injured. So I can't agree with him less. I agree with him totally with the fact that we do not have enough sports professionals on the sports front to take care of athletes.
Okay. Tell me, as an association, what do you plan to do to get a lot more or to increase the number of professionals in the space? You mentioned teams and clubs. Even if I look at football alone and I look at the pyramid, there are so many football clubs, who don't have the required medical people working with them. So what's the plan really as an association? What are some of the things you are thinking about to ensure that you have more people in the sports medicine space so that they can attend to all these athletes, footballers, tennis players, whoever, in this huge sporting ecosystem?
Sporty FM.
All right. So the Sports Medicine Association of Ghana is currently trying to mobilize all professionals that are into sports. That is the first thing we are trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, we were happy that the minister mentioned that he would want to support with workforce development and credentialing.
Yeah.
And he tends to puts the onus back onto the association to champion this cause. I think it's a very good idea. We would have to work closely with the ministry to ensure that this comes to pass. And it will go a long way to support the clubs, the teams, and all the sport fraternity to be able to take very good care of the athletes who are the major players when it comes to sports.
I see. So in line with this, what's the plan? Organize trainings? Will you? How do you plan to get more people into the space? Because I'm sure the training is quite tedious, quite rigorous. You want to have the qualified people coming out so they can do some work. What's the plan for that in terms of the training and getting more people certified? What's the approach?
Right. So this particular item on the minister's list of things he would want us to achieve. He outlined 6 items actually that he would want, or assignments, if I may say, that he would want us to achieve. And for all these ones, he gave timelines. So we would have to sit down, and we know that we are not the only stakeholders to this. We would have to speak with the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Sports, and other stakeholders to be able to know the roadmap actually as to how we are going to come by this, to be able to train the practitioners. And mind you, during the sports minister's speech, he also gave the university some assignments. So we would have to push this. We would have to come up with a roadmap as to how this is going to be, but we cannot now say exactly how this is going to happen. So like I'm saying, we would have to speak with all the stakeholders to be able to come up with specific plans as to how this is going to be achieved.
Okay. Just finally, if somebody is listening and they want to be part of the association, how can they get in touch, or if they want to work with the association or partner the association or maybe be a member, how can they get in touch with the Sports Medicine Association of Ghana?
Right. So our doors are opened. I'm sure I can I can later send you the email address of the association, which you can put out there for anyone who would want to join. The person could contact us, and then our doors are open to allow anybody who is related to sports to come in, so we could help or we could work together. Currently, the Sports Medicine Association of Ghana is thinking of how to organize trainings and workshops for its members. Okay. So we would all want to grow. We would all want to be abreast with evidence-based practice or things that are going to help us provide the best for our athletes. So anybody in the sports fraternity who is now currently not a member of the association can join. So like I said, I'll give out the email address of the association. You contact us and join, and we can all learn and grow together.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for speaking with us. Christiana Appiah. I earlier referred to her as doctor. She said, no, that's not true. But she's a physiotherapist with the Hazakis ladies team. And
all right. So just before I go there, our email address is the Sports Medicine Association Ghana. @gmail.com. Yes.
Okay. Sports Medicine
Association Ghana. All in one word.
All in one word.
Sports
all in what?
Lowercase. Association Ghana. Yes. Lowercase letters, all in one word, at gmail.com. So you contact us and we can take it off from there.
Okay. I think I've noted it down. I will mention it to our listeners. I'm sure somebody of interest will hear and get into it. But thank you so much, Madam Christiana Appiah. She's a physiotherapist with the Hazakis ladies team and a member of the Sports Medicine Association of Ghana. Great, Madam. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for speaking with us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that was Christiana Appiah, physiotherapist with Hazakis ladies and a member of the Sports Medicine Association of Ghana. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Send me a comment, 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. We'll talk some local football in a bit. Ray, do you have a final comment before we switch?
So a quick one on the 200 officers that will be trained. So the understanding I get is that the Sports Medicine Association would facilitate the training of the 200 people that would be health professionals that would be in sports medicine. That's the understanding I get. And so this would give them the chance to, get attached to a lot of events, sporting events that will take place. And it is the plan of the ministry that there will be a regulation so that no club, no federation will run an event without an accredited sports medicine professional from the SMA.
Okay.
You get it. Just to make sure that
this is
every process or procedure that has to be followed to ensure the safety of professionals and to have that early warning signal or that early reaction. All of those things are nipped in the bud. Okay. Case in point, Olarinwaju.
Yeah.
If all those things, regulations have been in place,
yes.
I'm sure the reaction would have been different. Even the procedure for some of the things that happened would have been different. So I think that this would go a long way to help us. So I'm even told that even when it comes to our fitness gyms, so you won't go to the gym and then have one macho man being your instructor.
No.
Somebody who has gone through that training, with expertise would have to take you through what you need to do and what you don't have to do. So I think that it's a discussion that we should have started long ago.
Yep.
Better late than never. Now, moving forward, I think that we would now be looking at a safer and a cleaner sports ecosystem where athletes would pass the necessary standards of necessary medical requirements. So, Nathan, it's a step in the right direction.
8:58. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can send me a WhatsApp message 054 257 1061 054 257 1061 054 257 1061. I don't know which of the things we've discussed this morning that you would want to react to. Is it the Kwesi Appiah aside that degenerated into the debate? Or you want to talk about sports medicine? Even if you want to talk about last night's Premier League game between Newcastle and Liverpool, that's great. Maybe you are still reacting to Galka top 4. You can still send us a comment. Talking about Galka top 4, Mohammed Shaban is joining us, Mo Shaban, to talk some local football. Mo, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Everything cool?
Yes, and you?
Yes. We are fine. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me get your thoughts on the top 4, and then we can zoom into what some of the clubs are doing in terms of business transfers, who has acquired who ahead of the new season. Your thoughts on the Galka top 4, impressions or any thoughts that you have concerning that preseason tournament?
Yeah, it was good. Great experience. I was looking at how BB Indigo Stars would go into the competition, having won the Ghana Premier League for the first time. And if you look at the performance they exhibited, it was obvious that they were actually prepared for it. But I'm not surprised because they started long ago. The past few months, just after the season, Gold Stars are one of the teams that did not even take a rest because they had to start preparing for Africa. One of the teams that did their recruitment on time. And so within 2 months, they are done with their negotiations. Maybe by Sunday, they would have to beef up with 1 or 2, depending on the experience they had in the Galka top 4, because it actually exposes your weakness and your strength. So if you get to know that maybe you need to beef up your attack, that is the opportunity for you to do that. And I'm sure they are going to add one more striker. Now to Heart of Lions, they returned back in the Premier League. You know, they were relegated in 2015. So they returned back in the 2023-24 season where they had to avoid relegation the last game of the season. Then the following season, which was the just ended Ghana Premier League season, they finished in the top 4. And at a point, we felt they were title contenders.
Yes, I remember.
Yes, and one of the sides that have managed to keep their team, the core of the team, apart from Nana Kwame Opon, who has left the club to an outside team. Then one of their strikers, Christian Ejenim Boateng, who has signed for FC Samatex. The core of the team is there. Ebenezer Aban, Bismarck Enin. Aban has been part of the Black Stars the last few games. Lawrence Osei, Aban, Bismarck Enin, Kwesi Pong, and then now they have added Chelsea Freeman. Because
the Liberian.
Yes, because if you look at the Heart of Lions team, one of their biggest issue has been goal scoring. Yes, they just ended season. Nana Kwame Opon give them 12 goals as the top scorer of the team. But if you are looking at the side that need a potency up front, then you are looking at Heart of Lions because Kojo Obin Jr. is performing, but will not give you the numbers. He will give you that wing play, but will not give you the numbers. And so the top 4 gave us an insight on how Heart of Lions are gelling up and they're building up their team, and it looks positive for them. Now, for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, I was looking at how they were going to build a team around the Galka top 4 because they are one of the sides that have signed a lot. They have 12 new players signed.
12?
Yes, as Kotoko new players. And about 7 of their players.
They always do this. Almost every other season, they are signing players in droves. They always do that, like 5, 6, 8, 10. They've done 12.
Chelsea of Ghana football.
Sorry?
The Chelsea of Ghana football.
Yes. Whoa. So they have about 12 new players, and I was looking at how they were going to blend the players, get a new team, and the Galka top 4 gave them opportunity to test almost every player from the goalkeeping department, Dari Aziz Haruna, who signed for the team, to Zakaria. Dari signed from Bichim United. When Dari has been part of the team for 4 seasons, so he's matured in the Premier League. Zakaria Fuseni went to Spain, returned back to Brecum Chelsea, has captained the team for 3 seasons. So, of course, a very experienced centre-back is complementing Samba O'Neill. Then we saw some recruitment, Francis Aqua from Bechem United, Seth Kojo from Bechem, he's a midfielder. Lord Hilary Adabo, a midfielder. He's also signed from Samatex. And so, if you look at the team they are building, clearly you would want to watch them, have a look at how they are going to build up the team. And if you look at possible starting 11 of Kotoko, usually you will find 3-4 new players in there. Like Lord Hilary Adabo has been part of the team, Seth Kojo has been part of the midfield, because in the absence of Andrew Sintimenu and Justice Blay, they needed to get 2 new midfielders in the complement of Emmanuel Mp, Baba Yaya in the midfield. Usually, the coach don't play the 2, Baba Yaya and Emmanuel Mp. You would see Seth Kojo in the squad, Lord Hilary Adabo, and that was how they were able to form a team for their game against Kaizer Chiefs in the Toyota Cup. So it was obvious we wanted to see the attack of the team, Kwame Poku, Abet Amwa, Donzu, Saka Dauda from the flank. So it was a good game, a good tournament, but of course Kotoko becoming the second team in the GACA Top 4 tournament, history of the tournament, playing the entire GACA Top 4 games without winning a single match. It was Olympics who did that in 2003, but then Kotoko have been part of it. Maybe that is the reason why a lot of people are raising concerns on the team, but I feel that it was an opportunity for the coach to use almost every player, and then they can be able to see the weakness and strength of the team. If you're able to win more games, that is a plus, but losing games is also an advantage for you. You're able to see your weakness, and if you have a lot of work to do, you will do. And for me, I think Kotoko would now have to look at their midfield critically, get some midfielders in the team. Now, for Heart of Folk, if we didn't have the GACA Top 4, I'm sure a lot of people would have doubted the crop of players Coach Masudi Dramani was bringing on board. But for me, I look at the crop of players Heart of Folk have assembled, and one of the players who was a discovery in the GACA Top 4, George Parku, he signed from Accra Lions, and at Accra Lions he was not even a starter. So that was what a lot of people were speaking about. Then you look at the Heart of Folk defense, Ali Mohammed. And I've heard a lot of people talk about Ali Mohammed not being a player that has made impact. No, Ali has made impact in the league. One of the most experienced centre-back in the Ghana Premier League currently is Ali Mohammed. Playing for Ashanti Gold, played for Tamale City in the Ghana Premier League, played for Accra Lions in the Ghana Premier League, at a point a captain, at a point Tamale City a captain, at Ashanti Gold at a point a captain, Vision FC. Then he had a stint to division as well. So 4 Premier League teams in his career, and I feel he's got the experience to play as a Heart of Folk centre back. And so you look at the Heart of Folk defense, it looks stable. For the first time, has played Kotoko without any pressure at their defense. And it looks like the coach is comfortable with the 3-back, David Oponafrani, Ali Mohammed, and then Kevin Osesibe. And so you can see a bit of improvement in the Heart of Folk defense. Then Amankwabe, if he has returned from loan, he was loaned to Dreams FC last season, and he's back in the squad. And then Ransford Mensah is gradually picking up because of the competition, the current Heart of Folk setup. Then one of the big deals, I remember reporting on this deal when the player had to terminate his remaining 5 months contract with Nations. He had a contract that ends in December. That is Abdul Karim. He had a contract that ends in December. He had to terminate the contract, then look forward for Heart of Folk deal, because he's worked with Masudi Dramani at the Black Galaxies, and so of course there's this vibe and connection. So he wanted to play for Heart of Folk. I don't know why he wanted to play, but he really wanted. He came to Accra. That was last week, Monday, Tuesday, had a training session with the team. The deal was delaying. There were other options for him. Eventually, Heart of Folk finally signed him. We saw him on Wednesday. We saw him on Friday. We saw him against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, where it looks like Hato Folks midfield of George Parku, Abdul Karim, Hussein Mohammed really worked out for the team. Now, let me quickly look at how the game between Hato Folk and Kotoko really went in favor of how it went and how the two teams dominated. I was looking at the midfield of Hussein, George Parku, Abdul Karim. Then I'm looking at Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who paraded Philip Amu, then Lord Hilary Adabo, and then Emmanuel Entry. And then we had like for like, Emmanuel Entry, Hussein Mohammed. They have played in the Premier League. The experience is there. Philip Amu, George Parku, and then Lord Hilary Adabo, Abdul Karim. Lord as a defensive midfielder, Abdul Karim as a defensive midfielder for Heart of Folk. And so we saw the battle, but the advantage went for Heart of Folk because Heart of Folk utilized a 3-back formation where their 2 wing backs had to join the midfield whenever they are surging forward, they are attacking. The 2 wing backs join the defense, making it 5 whenever they are defending, making it difficult for Kwame Poku, Albert Amam, Saka Dauda to penetrate. And so it was positive for Heart of Folk on the day. I'm sure Didi really learned a lot. You know, when Heart of Folk scored the first goal, I went back to his first game against Kotoko. He scored the first goal in the first half. Kotoko came back in the second half.
Yeah, this was in the President's Cup.
Yes. And so I was looking at how Didi was going to map a different strategy in the second half. And he really went in his favor. I feel it was a competition that gave us a huge experience. It gave us hope for the coming season. We now have to look at what Gold Stars will bring on board because they also did about 12 signings. Emmanuel Adi, Francis Chenier, defensive midfielder, and bringing on former Accra Lions, Heart of Folk, Bekum Chelsea goalkeeper. They did a lot of recruitment in Emmanuel Kontor, Emmanuel Fosuche. These are Samson Eduku, and you know, Eduku is a former Kotoko player, and to me, I feel he didn't have enough opportunity to prove himself at Kotoko because he actually did not come on time. He was signed when Albert Amwa and Kwame Poku were at their peak. They are doing well, scoring for Kotoko. So it was obvious. I'm not sure the coach, as at that moment, will gamble to play Samson Eduku ahead of Albert Amwa. And so he wasn't fortunate enough to make it happen. But he's very experienced from Azakes. He's played for Samatex. He's played for Tamale City. He's gained experience a lot. And I remember at Tamale City in the 2021-22 season when they were relegated, we saw his impact. He saw his output for the team. And I'm sure he's going to adapt to the BBN Gold Stars setup. I'm also looking at Chelsea Freeman, Kojo Obin Jr. blend attack in the coming season. Heart of Lions finish in the top 4. And we expect a lot from them in the coming season. I want to see Kwame Poku bouncing back, Albert Amwa also getting goals for them in the coming season. Then the Heart of Folk attack of Frank Ebura Duku, who has scored 2 goals in the, preseason games, and he's shown that he's a player to watch.
Where did Hearts bring him from? Because
Vision.
They got him from.
Yes.
He looked really comfortable playing up top.
Yes.
Good strength. Scored the first goal against Asante Kotoko on the day, and it looks like. I mean, I look at him. He looks positive. I don't know what he will produce during the league campaign, but he looked positive during the top 4.
Yes. If you look at such a player, I remember when he signed for Heart of Folk. If you pick his statistics, he had about 23 matches, and those games he started from the bench. So the entire last season he started for Vision FC from the bench. And one of his best games was against Kotoko, where they had a brace. It was the match day 34. And even that game he started from the bench. And so the fans were actually wondering how Duku was going to make impact, because they went back to history. There are times Heart of Folk have signed a striker who was potent in his previous team. Then a potency in his previous team, he joins Heart of Folk and he's struggling to score. And you go back to Abednego Tete, you look at
even way before
even Kojo Obin Jr. These are strikers that joined Heart of Folk, and they really did not get goals. If you're looking at Heart of Folk in the last 10 to 12 years, Obin Jr. in the 2021-22 season was the top scorer in the league. He scored 10 goals in the league when they won the Premier League. It was Mahatma Otu the last time Hartlepool player won a gold team. It was Mahatma. Then around 2017, Kwame Kizito was a bit promising. He didn't start well. And so over the years, you can only pinpoint Mahatma Otu. And so they really needed a striker. Hamza Issa had 13 goals for Hartlepool in his debut 2023-24 season. But then in last season, we didn't see much of him, and a bit of an improvement over Mahatma Otu. But you need a striker that will put pressure, dominate, and then make sure that the opponent defense are really struggling. That is Frankie Bradbury. For me, he's been a discovery. He, George Parku, have really shown that they really have something under their sleeves in the coming season. And I'm sure the top four has given Hartlepool a bit of hope, and has also putting Kotoko on their toes, and has also shown that Gold Stars were worthy champions. Then for Heart of Lions, consistency is really showing in their team the last 2 seasons.
This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Mo Shaban is in studio. You can send your comments 054-257-1061. A little later, we'll have a quick chat with our very good friends from the Millenium Marathon. It's happening in September, so we'll talk a bit more about that. Michael Asaiboard is also joining us on the line. Michael, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Nathan. I'm good. How are you?
Yes. We are fine. We are trying to just pick the bones from the top four and then talk a bit about, some of the other clubs who are getting ready. And the other day, I asked your thoughts on, from a Kotoko perspective, the reactions and all. But if we look at the playing body that's been gathered ahead of the new season, Mo's giving his thoughts. What are your own impressions or your own views of the signings that Karim Zito and the Kotoko team have made ahead of the new season, and what those players may have showed Karim Zito during the Gauka top four?
Well, I think it stands now, the explanation for their poor performance at the top four from the technical team has been attributed to fatigue and not enough time to allow the new players blend with the old ones, and injuries as well. And so they have highlighted a couple of players who are out injured. Joseph Ablo has not really trained with the Asante Kotoko team for a consistent period of time. Andres Ntimeno is out injured for a long term. It means he will not even be playing a part in like 90% of the upcoming season. Also, prior to the top four, Peter Miduakwa was injured and had to withdraw from the squad preparing for the preseason competition. And so they believe these injuries have actually impacted on their preseason preparations, and it is something that has affected the side. Aside the injury, the issue about fatigue, they've cited several things that they've barely had time to rest. Right after the season, they had to regroup and then prepare to face Accra Suffolk in the President's Cup. And then right from there, they had to also come prepare for that trip to South Africa. On the return, they did not really have a lengthy period of break. They had to also quickly regroup and then move to Cape Coast for their pre-season campaign. So they cited fatigue as also a factor. But in all that, you look at the business that they've done and what looked like a position of certainty that Kotoko have actually added the numbers to it, added experience to it, and would look like the strength of the team in the upcoming season has actually not lived up to that expectation. I'm talking about their defense. Asante Kotoko brought on board Zakaria Fuseni in central defense. They have Michael Sefa already, who will likely be leaving because he's put in a transfer request. There have been offers from clubs, particularly one from Togo, who wants to sign him, and the player has made it known to the club that he would love to leave because he's falling down the pecking order. He now looks like the fourth or the fifth choice centre back, and so he will want to move to Togo. So in the event that you hear Michael Sefa is leaving Asante Kotoko, maybe in the next week or two, do not be surprised. And that is how come Kotoko have accelerated talks to get someone like Musa Hamzata on board. Okay. And they feel he's young. If you compare the ages between Sefa and then Hamzata is in his early 20s. Sipa is winding down 20. It's now 28, 29. So they feel if they get a young centre back to come and understudy those who are seen as the short starters, then it would help the club going forward. So their central defensive signings have not actually brought the kind of compatibility they expect, because it looks like their main centre back will be Sambo Ndongani, and that's told by the fact that he was an excellent defender last season and he's been given the captaincy. So definitely he's going to start. But who's to pair Samba with has been the issue. During the top four, they tried with Henry Ansu in the first game, although they played well, but we also saw what happened with Henry Ansu and his contribution to that own goal that ensured Gold Stars win against Asante Kotoko. Then they tried other combinations. Zakaria Husseini has been tried in that position. It's not really worked well. Joseph Abla, as I mentioned earlier, has mostly injured, and they feel they will need new faces to augment that central defensive position. That aside, I think for the laterals, they are sorted there. Shaibu, we all saw him at the top four, and the pictures of Dramani commending him for his performances was very positive. Then you have Lord Amwati, so it looks like the right back position is sorted for Asante Kotoko. At left back, they have stopped that position. Trust me. They have Patrick Estu. There is Francis Akwapamali of Bechem, who has played and excelled for Bechem for consistent seasons. And then Joseph Amwa. Joseph Amwa naturally is a midfielder, but they had to make some arrangements to ensure that when he went to Lagos, he was used mostly as a left back. So he is also available to provide that cover when need be. And it looks like, by the lateral positions, the central defensive positions of Asante Kotoko has been well cemented, and it is something that they will look at. And so it is not surprising that they are in the market for an additional centre back, and that is Musa Hamzata. If you come to the midfield, Kotoko lost Justice Blay. Anderson Timen is also out injured. So it means two of their sure starters in the midfield positions from last season are not available. One due to injury, and the one who has also been released from the team in Justice Blay. And the club have gone at length to recruit some midfielders. Lord Hilary, Adabo, Seth Kwajo, Ibejeru, they've all come on board to improve their Asante Kotoko midfield. And again, Zito is trying to find, he's having difficulty in finding the midfield pair or the midfield selection that works for him. He's not really been sold on Ibejeru as it stands now, and that explains for why he's had limited minutes in the Asante Kotoko team. Has to do with tactical awareness and positioning. How the coaches plan to use him is very different from how the player plays, and they believe it will take time for him to come to terms with how the team expects him to play. And so if you see Hubert will not get much more minutes, that's the explanation. They feel that a very good player on the ball. He passes well, he progresses the ball well, but their major issue is that he mostly follows the direction of the ball. So he lacks that positional awareness. And it is something that they will want to call in time and make sure that he's fit enough to do the job that they expect him to do. And so one reason that the club have given, or the technical team has given, regarding why they are not so sure of their midfield acquisitions and they need to get more midfielders on board, is that they lack experience. And two, they are also light in terms of the midfield positions. Seth could primarily is an offensive-minded midfielder. Hubert was similar. It looks like the only defensive midfielder that went into the market to recruit is Lord Hilary Adabo from Samates. And a case has been made that they need to beef up their midfield option. And in the last 2-3 days, especially the aftermath of the top four, the names that have been gaining traction is that of Salim Adams, former New Edibiasi, former Accra support player. They knew with his experience and then the kind of exposure he's had during when he went for a loan stint with FC Cincinnati. They feel he's somebody that will help to address some of their midfield problems. Then the name Sadiq Alasan has also come into the fray again. He's a player Asante Kotoko chased during the early stages of a transfer window. He was then on the books of Nations FC. He has some few months to round out his contract. Kotoko put in an offer. Nations quoted a figure which Kotoko deemed as too much, and they backed off. Now the player is free because his contract as Nations FC as it stands, and so they want to just accelerate such talks and see if they can bring Sadiq Alassane into the Asante Kotoko team. He's a former Kotoko player. He played right from the U team during the time of Dr. KK Sapon.
Okay.
He's had stints with Wow Stars, and he's somebody that is very experienced. He's typically a defensive midfielder. Initially, when his name was mentioned, the Kotoko management cited issues about his age. They felt he was over the 30 years age bracket, and they feel he wouldn't give the club more on the pitch due to his age. The technical team have given reasons why they think they need his profile in the team, his experience as well, and then they feel he has certain lifestyle choices that allows him to still perform at the top level irrespective of his age. So it looks like that conversation is actually getting closer to being finalized, and Sadiq Alassane and all other things being equal as we speak, will be an Asante Kotoko player, barring any hitches. There are other names that have also come up. Alidu Mohammed, former midfielder of Legon City, and then also Sadat Mohammed, who is also a former midfielder of Legon Cities. Maxwell Kunedu sent him to Swaziland. He can also play as a defensive midfielder. These are other midfield options that have been mentioned regarding Asante Kotoko. But Sadiq Alassane looks like the one that will be made an official signing of Asante Kotoko. That as well as Salim Adams. So let's just monitor how things go. And then Kotoko are also looking for a number 10, someone who is very tricky on the ball level, because they feel they will need to bring competition into the team to push someone like Emmanuel Entry to do what he's able to do. They feel during the top four, they were limited in terms of attacking options because Baba Yaya was out injured, and also Elvis Chebafo was also out injured. And as such, they had to fall on someone like Emmanuel Entry throughout for the number 10 role. And they feel they need to add more numbers. Again, a player they were advanced as regards to it in terms of playing support has also been brought back again. They reactivated Walid Neymar Husseini. He's a player, former player of Swaziland FC. They are discussed at length with him. They were prior to finalizing everything. All that was left was the player to give his okay and then append his signature to Asante Kotoko's documents. He dragged his feet because he felt there could be opportunities elsewhere. There were mooted moves to South Africa, which has failed. He was also mooted to be joining Accra because in the event Marcel Kunedu had joined the club, but that did not also materialize. He's still available, and Kotoko have reactivated such talks, and they are they've progressed in terms of everything because they had already agreed stuff. So what is set to happen is that Walid Neymar Husseini, all other things being equal, will also sign for Asante Kotoko and then be a player of the club. And so that is what they are looking at, sorting the midfield issues and seeing that they'll find the right combinations. Adding an experienced defensive midfielder, adding one more central midfielder, and adding a number 10 who will bring the best out of the attackers that they have at their disposal. Concerns have also been raised about the fitness levels of Kwame Poku.
Okay.
Some believe that he's truly fatigued. He's not able to generate the numbers because if you look through the Kotoko team, it looks like the only out and out striker. So just monitor developments and see what happens, because it is likely if Asante Kotoko do not make adjustments to have the technical team see the profile of someone like Morifin Donzo, then they will go into the market and get a typical striker to add to Kwame Poku, because they feel Albert Tamwa is more of a wing attacker. Morifin Donzo is also a wing attacker. So they will need one central forward to add to Kwame Poku. And so the technical team will have to decide whether they will shift Donzo from a wing attacker into a center forward and see how things go. If that does not work, then it's likely Asante Kotoko will hit the market again in search of a center forward to augment their squad.
Wow, sounds like Kotoko are on the hunt, because you've mentioned that's a long list of players for several positions, and of course with the CAF Comfort Cup on the horizon, and of course the bid to chase a league title and defend the MTN FA Cup trophy. I can imagine that there will be lots of business to be done ahead of the new season. Mo, let me bring you back. Let's focus on some of the other teams. I don't know which other teams you want to talk about outside the top four. Let's focus on some of the other very interesting pieces of business that others are doing.
Well, let's conclude on some of the business deals done. Some of the teams are likely to complete their deals on Sunday, but Solomon Agbasi's deal, the goalkeeper, that has been the talk of town. He completed his deal on Friday morning.
To Hearts of Oak.
Yes, last week Friday.
From what Dreams?
He's free agent.
Free agent,
yes.
okay.
In the entire last season, he did not play any game because he was injured, and as at that moment, he was free agent. He was negotiating a deal to Hearts of Oak until he got injured, and just a friendly game around the community games and all that. So now Agbasi has signed for Hearts of Oak. Aside that, they've managed to get two young players.
So there's competition for Benjamin Asari.
Yes, there's a competition for Benjamin Asari. And then for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Walid has signed a 3-year contract. They would have to do the unveiling maybe in a few days, maybe before Sunday, they would unveil Walid Fuseni. At a point, before their game against Hearts of Oak on Sunday, the negotiations was done in the morning, and he signed his part of the contract on Sunday morning before their game against Kumasi and Hearts of Oak. So Walid is also a new Kotoko player. Now they are looking at getting some few players before Sunday. I'm sure the top 4 has actually given them the opportunity to look at their team. Yeah. Now, one of the teams that are doing it well in the transfer market is Aduana FC. They did not play in the top 4, but it looks like this time they are putting in more, investing more. They've got Hearts of Oak former captain Abdulaziz Nuruddin. He's going to be part. He signed 2-year contract yesterday. So it looks like even after the 14 deals done, Aduana are not resting. I'm sure before Sunday,
Aduana they've done 14 deals,
and they are, because they let go a lot of players. They decided to rebuild the team. Last season, they failed to make it to the top 4. Since 2021, Aduana have been part of the top 4 until last season. So they feel, let's change the team, and so let's put in more, get the young players, and so the experience will join. We have additional young players. William Denchintoni has won the league with Hearts of Oak, has won with Gold Stars. He's part of the team now. Bright Ej, the top scorer, maybe Aduana's best ever attacker, maybe then. He's also back in the team, signing 2-year contract with them. So Aduana in the market. They've got some goalkeeper Obin Secher Gregory from Brekum Chelsea, Mizaki Friyi from Brekum Chelsea, and so they've built some good team. They've managed to get some young and experienced players for the coming season. So if you look at the project of Aduana FC, then the project is to maybe finish in the top 4. But one of the teams that are doing big business, and a lot of people felt that the players they are signing should either go to Hearts of Oak or Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But then they've managed to get this crop of players, and that is Karela, and this is their best ever business. In the transfer market, Karela.
I guess after surviving or fighting off relegation is the most logical thing to do. You upgrade your team.
Yes, and in 2 seasons they've battled relegation. Since the team moved to Temale, it's been a relegation threatened side. So you need to put in a lot of money, pumping a lot of investment in there. And so they've gone for Bless Ege, and Bless is a winger of Mighty Jets. He actually played for Golden Kick on loan last season. So he was a loan player from Mighty Jets, Division 2 side. And so they've signed him on a season loan deal, and he's going to play for Karela. He landed in Temale yesterday. Officially, he's part of the team's training session today. So Bless Ege has finally signed for Karela United. Then Ivan Soseusu, former Samatex Tema Youth, Black Galaxies under 20 winger. He's also signed for them, but his deal is also a 1-season deal. He's also going to play for Karela United. They've gone in for goalkeeper Kevin Kuvisaba. He led his team Golden Kick to the MTN FA Cup final. He's signed for them. They've gone in for Ivorian Olivier Adom. Yes, he's also signed for them. He's currently training with the team. And so Karela in the business, making sure that they get the young players and the players who will make impact. I'm sure Karela will be a sight to watch. A lot of people would have to travel to Temale just to go and watch the new Karela United team, because they are doing some good jobs in terms of getting the players to sign for them, making sure that they convince the players. I think Honorable is pumping in more, the new bars, the new exposure, the new young players. You know, their coach is also a former Premier League winner, Nurudeen Amadou. So he's going to push in, maybe finish in the top 4. So we've mentioned about 2 teams that are likely to make it to the top 4 aside Hearts of Oak, Kotoko. Nations FC also doing well in the transfer market. Lawrence Ansan, former Samatex goalkeeper, he's signed for them. They've gone in for one of the players that Hearts of Oak really wanted. Heart of Oak wanted the player even before the transfer deadline, before they were banned from signing. They wanted him, Farouk Mohammed. Yes, and he's built up. He's gotten the experience. Though he's played only in the Division 1, last 2 seasons Division 1, he was the joint top scorer. Scored 17 goals, including Yaro Isaac of Temale City, who is currently playing for Dreams FC. They scored 17 goals each. And then last season, he wasn't the top scorer, but he was a top scorer in Zone 3.
Okay.
He scored 15 goals.
15.
Yeah, so in 2 seasons, 32 goals. I think he's got it. And if you look at Nations FC and their Premier League experience, one of the players that gave them the numbers is Faisal Chawete. He was also signed from Zone 3.
Yeah.
So they are looking at now buying their strikers from Zone 3. Yes, and then they went in for Akachi. You know, Faisal Chawete joined from Akachi. Yes, they've gone to Akachi to get one John. Striker is going to be part of the new season team. And it looks like Nations FC are now moving from the most experienced players to the young players in the coming season. And they are also preparing very well. They are currently camping in Accra. Hoho United are also doing market, newly promoted side. And if you look at Hoho United, though they've let go their striker, they've went in for Michael Yabua, former Great Olympics winger. He's going to play for the team, extended the contract of goalkeeper Daniel Emisan. And so we are going to see him there. Hoho actually getting 1-2 players, very experienced players to beef up their team. Currently, Anoche Morrison has signed for Berekum Chelsea. And we said Chelsea have released a lot of players. I mean, one of the sides that have actually released players for the other Premier League sides. So
Berekum Chelsea.
Yes, they've given Kotoko 2 players, and then Berekum Chelsea, Ediana too. They've released some crop of players to them, and the experienced players they've let go of them in their squad. And Berekum Chelsea gave Ediana 3 players, gave Kotoko 2 players, 5, and so but they are trying to get some experience play. They've signed Michael Iwamens, a former Heart of Oak centre back. He signed for them on a season loan deal. Samuel Amofa, former Heart of Oak centre back, he's also signed for them in the coming season. And then former Heart of Oak goalkeeper Berekum Chelsea, Midiama Eriko Forientri is also part of the team. So the blend a blend of young and experienced players in there. And you talk about Sweden All Blacks, they are looking at only Division 1 players.
Okay, so they are adding more Division 1.
John Andor, he was part of the Division 1 team of the season by Daniel Nieji, very, very good, skillful midfielder, John Andor. And then Derek Prince Kofi, goalkeeper from Soccer Intellectuals, he's also signed a contract for them. They've gone in for former RTU left back Abdulaziz. He's also part of the team. So it looks like every team has got their project. Some want to go for young players, some blend of young and experienced players. But we have until 31st of August for the closure of the transfer window. So from now to
Sunday, that the window hadn't closed. Yes, I was debating with some friends, and somebody was saying that the window had closed. I said no, the window was extended.
So 31st. Of August, Sunday 11:59. So the clubs are Kotoko, like as Aribudi said, they need to beef up their squad from the midfield, and maybe they would even look at goalkeeping, because they brought in Dario Aziz. We saw his game and one of the mistakes. Mohamed Kamara is also committing errors. Maybe they would also consider that. Maybe.
Let me ask, Michael, goalkeeping, is it on Asante Kotoko's plate at the moment?
Oh, no. You see, that was Aziz Zari's, let's say, even though it was a preseason, that was his first time starting a game of 90 minutes for Asante Kotoko. He hadn't trained with them. After they signed him, he hadn't trained with them. He left for Japan on a family visit, and so he returned very late. They had to quickly regroup, go to South Africa and all that. So he actually had enough training time with the team during their camping. Who has not really had the benefit of a good training session or a series of
Sporty FM
with the team forward. I think it would be an act of bad faith if they go into the market for a goalkeeper. They have able goalkeepers who are deputies, and I think Kamara will definitely be the starter for them. And Aziz Dari as a number 2 is seen as somebody with enough Premier League experience, judging by his exploits with Bechem United. And so I think Kodoko has sorted with the goalkeeping department.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Michael, thank you. Let me also thank Mo. Mo, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll keep an eye on the business that happens between now and Sunday night. I'm sure teams will be scrambling last minute to add to their squads before the registration door is closed, 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. Mo, thank you so much for passing through. Mo Shaban is Ghana Premier League statistician and a keen follower of the league. Michael Asari-Bredu is my colleague here at Sporty FM, and he also joined us. It's 9:39. We'll do our final interview, and then we'll call it a morning. Marathon, the Millenium Marathon. Last week we had Enes Boama, and he's back. This time my people have given him a different position. Hey, Enes Boama is here. We have he's the race manager. So Enes, today they've given you a new role.
I think it's the same. I mean, general manager.
So now this is race manager. Okay, you tell me what the race manager does. We have Edwin Osmond Lamte, PRO KGL Foundation. Edwin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And then we have Kwesi Cancer. He's the social media manager, KGL Foundation. Kwesi, hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, but why are you get closer? Why are you hiding?
I'm not hiding, not at all.
You are not hiding. Anyway. Ernest, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so let's talk about your role as race manager. Okay, first of all, somebody may have missed last week's interview. They may not have watched it. Just give us a few things of note about this year's edition of the Millenium Marathon. Then we can talk about what you will be doing on the day as race manager.
Okay. So thank you so much to your lovely, audience. So as I said, the event is coming on the 6th of September at the Independence Square. Mm-hmm. We are starting just right at the Shell filling station, close to the Access Bank. Mm-hmm. And it's a 21-kilometer race and a 5-kilometer race.
Okay.
The registration short code is star 800 star 17 hash. Mm-hmm. Star 800 star 17 hash. Mm-hmm. Or visit our website www.milleniummarathon.com.
Yeah.
And you can register there. For the 21 kilometers, registration would cost you 130 Ghana cedis. Mm-hmm. And for the 5 kilometers, registration will cost you 90 cedis.
Okay.
Now somebody would ask, after paying this money, what do you get? Mm-hmm. Now we'll get you a nice running vest, something like what I'm wearing now.
Yeah.
And you have your race bib number to tell that you are officially a runner for the race.
Yeah.
Then you also will have your finisher medal. As I told you, one beautiful thing about marathon is that as soon as you cross the finish line, you are a winner. So irrespective whether you were first or you came last, once you've been able to cross the finish line, we celebrate you as a winner.
Yeah.
So you get your finisher medal. Now the other thing is that there are prizes, and the prizes are juicy, and the prizes is what makes us to be on the world athletics calendar as a ranked race, because there are some criteria that you have to meet.
Yeah.
And those things, some of them are your prize money. Your prize money has to hit a certain level before you are recognized as an event runner to be there. So for this year, the prize money is 75,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
For the winner.
75,000.
75 Ghana cedis. I mean, come and run 21 kilometers.
Get 75,000.
Get 75,000 Ghana cedis. Somebody has probably done a lot of this thing, hasn't got that money. Train hard, come, and so that you can run fast, and you get 75,000 Ghana cedis for both male and female. Second prize is 50,000 Ghana cedis. Third prize is 30,000 Ghana cedis. Then 10,000, and we'll go down to the 30th position. So we are awarding 60 people in the 21 category. Now, when it comes to the 5 kilometer race, which you promised me you are going to do, so I've placed my bet on you.
No problem.
So don't disappoint me. Because when you win that race, you get 4,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
At least to go and sit down with Immortal and go and chill.
So that's 4,000 I'm taking with me. I'm not sitting down with anybody.
So 4,000 Ghana cedis, 3,000, 2,000. Then you're awarded to the 10th position in the 5 kilometer race.
Okay.
And that's for both male and female. Now, one special thing again that KGL Millenium Marathon will bring up is that surprise prize. Last 2 years, we did a brand new car, Appiah. Last year, we did a electronic motorbike. This year, Egypt Air says that they want to give 2 business tickets to Egypt.
So if you not plan the holiday, come and run.
So that one, I'm betting that one on the Kia. You just walk.
Just walk. Just walk.
Once you've crossed the finish line and we celebrate you as a winner, your bib number enters into your raffle draw. And once you are picked, I know Kia is good at luck. I mean, anything luck, I mean, she's good.
Yes.
So we'll pick her,
and then
she wins a return ticket, business class ticket to Egypt to go enjoy and come back.
So
those are the juicy things that the Millenium Marathon has for you. So at 6 o'clock in the morning on the 6th of September, just be at the start point and the race starts. But one thing we are pleading, as part of the requirements to be on the World Athletics ranking calendar, we need to have a total road closure, of which the Sports Ministry is leading that charge with the police, Ghana Police, and the MTTD. And the Collective Assembly to make sure that our road is secured for the runners. Because when you are a runner and you run the 21 kilometers and you do a very good time, you are ranked on the world calendar. That qualifies you to run any international events. So we need to make sure that our road is secured, free, so that the runners can do enough timing there to secure that status over there. So we are pleading for road users that on the 6th of September, from 5:30 going, you just stay at home. Don't rush to come to town. Just give us that 3 hours between 6 to about 9, 10 thereabout. Let the runners enjoy the road. After 10, you can come to town and come and do business. So you're pleading on road users. I mean, the trotro, those who be going to do events. Don't come to town early. Saturday, you just relax. I mean, to be streamed on our social media platforms
so
and
you
stuff.
can watch.
So you can watch and enjoy it. Then after 10, probably come out to town and come and enjoy yourself.
Okay.
But I mean, don't also say that because the race is for Ghana.
So
it's not for KGL Millenium Marathon alone. It's a Ghanaian event. We are bringing foreigners here because trust me, the Kenyans are coming, Ethiopians are coming, Nigerians are coming. They all want to come and take the prize money. But Ghana says no. It's a host and win. I know the 5K you're going to win for me.
No problem.
The 21K, our elite runners are also training hard to make sure the Kenyans don't come and take the prize away again. So please, Ghanaians, this is our event. It's a national event. Let us all support it and make it great.
Edwin, let me bring you in. Edwin is PRO for the KGL Foundation. Edwin, just tell us what this means to KGL and why KGL Foundation, or KGL by extension, decided to jump on board and support the 2025 edition of the Millenium Marathon.
Right. So thank you very much. I would like to say a very good morning to your lovely listeners. First and foremost, it's the KGL Group Millenium Marathon.
Yes. KGL.
We've had, I think, 2 running sessions, marathon sessions. That's from 2023, 2024, and this is the third one. 2024, the foundation was spearheading, just like this one. The foundation is spearheading. Why do we find ourselves here? I mean, if you look at what the foundation does, and again, I have to even introduce who the foundation is first. And we are the CSR arm of the larger KGL group. And our core thematic areas are 5, right? They are health, arts and culture, sports, youth empowerment and entrepreneurship and education. But if you take 2 of them, which is health and sports, you realize that they actually fit in the reason for the marathon. You need to have a healthy mind for a healthy body, right? If you do not exercise, how would you operate? And these are some of the reasons why, as the foundation, we deemed it very, very prudent to be a part of this marathon. And again, the foundation runs a mental health asset, which is called MHI, mental health index. You need to actually understand that you have to have a sane mind to have a sane body. And these are some of the reasons why the foundation deemed it prudent to be a part of the marathon. And we're asking all Ghanaians to be a part of it as well.
Okay, I see. So on the day, I'm sure we'll be seeing people from the foundation on the ground. Yeah, will you guys be running or you'll be coordinating?
So, well, if you say coordinating, I'll leave it for the race. But we like to be amongst people, right? So the group consists of 7 subsidiaries. So you see different people from different subsidiaries under the group. The foundation would take lead on that. When you come on ground, you see a number of flags and all that that will depict that these people are members of the KGO group. So yes, you see us on there. And then there is something small. He mentioned a surprise. We also have a surprise. We call it the KGL experience.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to come on and then you see what's going to happen.
Wow. Okay. It sounds like a big thing on the 6th of September.
Well, you can say that.
Let me bring in Kwesi. Kwesi is quiet. You know, the social media people, they like do their things far away from everybody. But Kwesi, on the day, Ernest talks about the race being streamed. That's your area. Just tell us a bit more about how, for example, if I'm not there in person, how will I get to enjoy the race? How will I be able to follow and enjoy the experience as well, even though I may be far away from the action?
Okay, so when it comes to the live, I think they are going to be heavily involved in that. But when it comes to social media, our socials, which is at KGL Foundation on all platforms, we'll be posting in real time in the moment. We'll do a few live videos here and there. And also, there's going to be a hashtag. So somewhere last year's own, we had creators post in the moment. You know, we had a lot of influencers, content creators. So it's going to be the same this year.
Okay.
So you can just take and stay on your favorite creators page. They might probably be posting, so you can enjoy from there. But you can also enjoy from our Instagram stories.
Okay.
Yeah, because on there we are going to be posting from finish to start. We're going to be posting activities that are going to happen when they are done with the whole event. So like I said, our Instagram is at KGL Foundation. And you can just take and stay on our stories. We're going to be posting here.
I see. So listeners, if you are home and if you love your socials and you are trying to follow the marathon, as you heard at KGL Foundation across the platforms, you get updates, you understand what's happening, you get to enjoy the experience. If for one reason or the other you cannot be on the ground to spectate or run or do something and you are home, you can still enjoy the race. And so race manager, what will be your role on Saturday? I'm curious as we wrap up the interview.
So my task on the day is to make sure that everything goes well, right from the roots. I have to make sure the police, our volunteers are positioned at the various junctions so that cars do not come in. After frozen plated, cars should make sure they stay away. So we don't get a lot of work to be doing. So I make sure that the route is safe for runners. We have all our water points. You see me carrying my beautiful water.
I see.
Vendor water is there to support us. We've been with us for the past 11 years.
Wow.
That should be organizing. So to make sure that they get you enough water on the street. So if you come, don't worry, don't carry stuffs. There'll be water, there'll be energy drink to support you. So at each point on the route, there's going to be water for you to take and just cool down and continue your running. Also on the grounds, the setup, because you can't just enter into the Independence Square. We need to make sure that it's well set up so that all companies that have sponsored us or partnered with us can also have visibility in terms of branding on the grounds. Our stage, our experience zone is going to be fantastic. You should be there to see it. And there's going to be lots of fun because when you come back, there's going to be aerobics. we are expecting over 10,000 people on the day.
Wow.
So you need to make sure that all those 10,000 people who are coming there are also going to enjoy. I don't know if last weekend you saw something in Osu. I told you about the health screen.
Yes, you did.
We partnered with the Duku Festival people, and there was a huge crowd that was there. So we're going to expect the same number coming on the day. So our place to help us to make sure that we control, and it's going to be exciting.
Okay.
So everything on the day, I'm managing it. So that's my role. So it's not going to be easy.
Just
I can't run that day.
Yeah, of course you can't run. You have to coordinate. Just take us through the circuit, the routes or the path for the runners or walkers or those who are taking part in the marathon, so people are clear as to what it is they are doing on the day.
So for the 21 kilometers, or for all the races, we are starting at the Shell filling station just by the Accra Sports Stadium. You know where the Access Bank is?
Yes.
That's where we are starting the race.
Yes.
So the 21 kilometers, once we shoot, we are heading towards the Osu Cemetery direction. Then we'll take our right on the local street through to Appiah. Then continue to Dankwa Circle, cross through to Police Hospital, then keep moving to the Morning Star School, then to Togo Embassy roundabout, then use the switchback route to the Italian Embassy, then use the Christ the King route to Jubilee House. Then at Jubilee House, we turn our left through Afikiko, then reach roundabout, then continue to National Theatre Junction, then take our left through to the Ministry's traffic light, then take our left again, then go through in front of the Sports Ministry Stadium. Then at the stadium traffic light, we turn our right, then go and do the roundabout, the blaster roundabout, then come out back to the stadium traffic light, then again to the finish line, then do that loop. So it's a loop. Then when you're going to finish the second loop, then that's where you just enter the Independence Square to go and finish up there. So that's for the 21 kilometers. That one, I know some Ghanaian will win it. Then for your race,
the 5K, good. The one that
you're going to win,
no
and you spread the I mean,
yes.
And the one that Appiah is also going to go and win the
no
the
problem.
Thing. So we start at the Shell filling station, head towards the Osu Cemetery, take our right through to Appiah. Then when you get to Appiah, we just turn our right down to Blue Gate.
Yeah.
Then at Blue Gate, we continue right again, run through to the Osu Post Office Junction. Then at the Osu Post Office Junction, we turn our right again and use the 28 February road into the Independence Square. Very short. So that's the route for the 5 kilometers.
Okay.
Let me see why it's a race man.
Yeah. He knows the route like the back of his mind. Just finally, any final words, any contacts you want to leave, anything you want to share with the public before we leave the studio?
Okay. So if you need more clarification or a corporate body and you want to come and sponsor this event, we have a close sponsorship package. So if you want to come and sponsor, these are the numbers that you can call. Or even if you want to come even sell on the grounds, it's 025 61 22 968. Again, 025 61 22 968. This is the number that you can call to make any inquiry. But again, we want to say a big thank you to our partner, KGL Foundation, KGL Group. They have been very solid with us, and they've signed that partnership with us, and we know that they are behind us. We are very grateful for them for their support. Egypt Air, Vena Water, Ghana Link, Fidelity Bank, Japan Motors, Interplus, Save Bond, Lewis Healthcare, Garmin, Blue Skies, Boss Rig World, and Wind Energy. These are fantastic sponsors who are behind us, and we are still expecting more because it's not easy to organize a race event in Ghana.
It isn't.
There are a lot of logistics, so we still need more corporate bodies to come on board. And again, to our media partner, Sporty FM, very grateful to you.
Thank you.
You've been with us, and I think your color branding goes with our new branding that we've done. So I think we are going to have a lasting relationship with you, and we know that with your support, the Millenium Marathon will go very far.
Thank you. Edwin, I don't know if you have any final words.
Yes.
Kwesi too.
Yes. So just first and foremost, a big thank you to our superiors. That's Mr. Alex Daddy, the executive chairman of the KGL Group, and Mr. Elliot Daddy, the CEO of the foundation. They have made this possible for us to partner with Millenium Marathon for a long time relationship, and also to everyone who would come on board will expect you to come to the KGL zone.
Okay.
You need to come there to see what's going on there. Kwesi will share with us our handles, how you can reach the foundation as well.
Yes, Kwesi.
So if you want to keep up with the foundation and other good works we're doing, you can follow us on all our platforms. All social media platforms at kglfoundation.org. You can also check out our website, KGL Foundation. No, kglfoundation.org is the website, and for the socials is at KGL Foundation. Yeah.
Wonderful. Guys, thank you so much. Enes Boama, race manager of the Millenium Marathon, the KGL Millenium Marathon. It's happening on the 6th of September. So on the day you see him coordinating everything, Edwin Osmond Lamte, he's PRO of the KGL Foundation, and Kwesi Inkansa, his social media manager, also with the KGL Foundation. Guys, thank you so much. And we are counting down to the 6th of September. That's when the marathon will happen. All right, that's how we wrap it up this morning on the Sporty Breakfast. My name is Nathan Kwao. Raymond Yamado was here. Calvin Owusu was here. Many thanks to my production team, Immortal, Nanekia, and Angela. To Fly and Emmanuel Ayamga for working on the stream and on social respectively. To the technical people for getting everything together. And to our team lead, Gary Al Smith. And to all our listeners, thank you so much. You always make the show fun. Thank you for your calls and messages. Remember to keep your dials locked on Sporty FM. We've got Sporty Plug at 12:30. The news is at 12. Sporty Plug 12:30. Sporty Drive at 4. And then you've got the European Nights at 7 with Kwesi Fiaka and the gang, taking you through the biggest stories in European football as they happen during the night. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the Sporty Breakfast. We'll catch you tomorrow. Keep your dials locked on Sporty FM 106.1. We are the voice of sport. Enjoy your day.